The Seattle Seahawks have surprised many people. I would say they've even surprised their own fans, myself included. They leave this football game after facing the New York Giants 5-3. The Giants fall to 6-2. What a game and what a season we are seeing so far with the Seattle Seahawks. They have been doing things that I don't think many imagined them doing. They've already hit the win total of many predictions before the season began, and they're only 8 weeks into the season. It has been a great season of football. It's been fun to watch week in and week out. I have to say that the thing that has been saying out to be so much that is different with the Seattle Seahawks team right now is the way that defense is playing. It's almost like all of a sudden, the first few weeks they were struggling, giving up big chunk plays. They had the Detroit Lions game where they were neck and neck. They gave up a lot against the Saints. That's just a thing of the past right now. This team held the Cardinals to a low amount of points last week. They held the Giants this week to only a touchdown, 2 field goals. And the thing about that touchdown is had there not been a fumble, it really probably wouldn't have happened. Like, the defense didn't technically give it up, if that makes sense. Like, it wasn't a long drive by any means. It was 3 yards. But overall, this team is cooking. They are cooking up wins week in and week out. They've got 3 straight. Geno Smith looks so poised in the pocket. He's making throws when they need to be made. The offense is moving. They're getting protection. Their run game as well. You know, if the Seahawks don't go anywhere this year, which I'd be very surprised if they don't, I think right now they have the squad to possibly win that division, because I feel like the NFC West seems just a bit all over the place. The Niners really only seem like the only true competitor this season when it comes to the division. Everyone else just kind of seems like they are struggling to find their pace. And really, the whole NFL season has kind of felt that way. I don't know if you guys have felt that, but man, the teams that we are usual top dogs, whether it's the Buccaneers or Packers, they're just not figuring it out. There's a lot going on in those areas or those cities. But right now, the focus of the day is the Seahawks. They got it done against a team that is 6-1, the season now 6-2, and they got it done by getting to the quarterback. They got it done by getting pass breakups. I mean, there is a point in the game, I think literally in the second half, their biggest play finally was like a 16-yard passing play. And it was like the defense was just getting the underneath, the over the top. Daniel Jones didn't have places to go. Saquon Barkley was held. I mean, this is a good win. And against a good team. I mean, the Giants are definitely playoff contenders. They may not catch the Eagles. I mean, the Eagles are on a roll. They're 7-0. But it's amazing to see what they're doing against some pretty quality teams, right? They beat the Chargers. They first beat the Cardinals, Chargers, and Giants. All teams that I think a lot of people felt like they probably would have lost if you looked at it 3 weeks ago. But now you're kind of going, Seattle's the team to pick. And they're the team that I think has a chance to win this game. And that was not the case by any means of several weeks ago. It's been a fun season so far. I love watching the poise of coaching, the poise of leadership. I mean, Geno Smith consoling his wide receiver Tyler Lockett when he had a drop pass, and then going out there throwing a touchdown. Carroll was also consoling him as well. Those types of things are the difference in this Seahawks team, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the long term is going to look like. You know, after the game, there was Geno Smith, Tyler Lockett, and DK Metcalf all huddled up together at a press conference. Just things you don't see. It's like there's this unity, there's this brotherhood that was very similar to the years when you had that 2012 draft. These rookies are coming out wanting to prove themselves. We see Kobe Bryant, Tariq Woolen, Kenneth Walker, Boy Mafe. We see Charles Cross, Abe Lucas. I'm pretty sure I'm forgetting maybe 2 or 3 out of that draft class this year. But it has been stellar to watch this team. You're seeing men who are going into their first season acting like they're veterans. I mean, they're a different squad out there, man. And it's fun to watch. It's fun to see the defense really tighten it up. I remember a couple weeks ago I had a review of a game and I was like, man, the defense is my concern with this team. I don't know if they're going to go very far, man. My concern has kind of just went away. I don't know if it's because the offense are lackluster, but I really can't believe that when you beat a Chargers team last week, you beat Daniel Jones with Saquon Barkley, who is just a tremendous football player. And, special teams really showed up for the Seahawks as well. It's a bummer that the guy fumbled twice. Hopefully, he's okay. It sounds like he had a concussion in the end. At the end of the day, these people are humans, okay? Like, I understand that people make mistakes. Everyone's like, hey, you got to cut this guy or release him. I mean, I saw on Twitter today, man, Twitter is just ruthless. I think I just realized Twitter is not the place where you go if you want to find good quality humans. Just being quite transparent. It's very brutal the way people speak. But Tyler Lockett, he dropped a pass, probably the first pass I think he's dropped. I mean, to me, it's like his career. I don't see that guy ever drop. He's always catching everything. It went off his helmet and then came back out and scored a touchdown. People are like, oh, maybe they should have benched Tyler Lockett. Maybe they should put him out. It's like, man, we all make mistakes. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're going to your job tomorrow, whether it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and you're going to make a mistake at some point in time. And I guess we just see it on film. And I guess because you don't see these people as real humans, you just see them as football players. You don't think anything else. But man, I mean, the poise of this team to come back, get it going, get in touchdowns, well-oiled machine. That's really the way I would describe this victory today. Well-oiled machine, in and out throughout the whole entire football game. Seattle was in control, and they're 5-3, baby. They're 5-3. Seahawks are cruising along in this season. It's like, man, I'm feeling like this is something's good coming. But I don't know if they're gonna go far this year, right? Like I can't predict like an NFC championship game or whatever. But I'm really seeing a quality team where leaders are starting to rise up. Men are starting to get together. They're picking each other up. They're taking responsibility, and it's just fun to see. It's fun to watch. It's like, I was thinking about this year when we're coming into the year. Like Pete Carroll, obviously, he's going through a lot. He traded his quarterback that he's had for 10 years. He opened up this press conference. He was like, you don't change the philosophy based on the players, right? You don't. You get players that want to work with the philosophy. He's got players who's bought into the process, who's bought into what he's saying, and it's working. And it's like there's this energy out of this 71-year-old man. I think he's 71. And that is just, it's back. It's like, man, he's pumped. He's got this rookie class that is excited and ready to ball out. And I feel like that's the difference, is the coach is energetic. He's alive. He got a penalty today. He is ecstatic about this squad because I think everyone right now, we can just see it. Like, I'm hoping they don't do anything at the trade deadline. I don't think they need a lot of pieces to move around. Maybe you get a little bit of depth in the safety position or maybe another running back. But at the same time, I don't feel like it's a really great idea to give up your draft capital. The most you give up maybe is a 4th rounder. But you got to save those first 4 picks, man. Those first 4 picks are going to be game changers. If Seattle just gets 3 of 4 right next year, like they have gotten the many picks they've gotten right this year, right? Man, this team is going to be making 2012. I mean, 2012 is, I don't know how you match that, but when you have the same type of scheme and John Schneider and Pete Carroll, and then they do that for back-to-back drafts, man, it's going to be good. I mean, we obviously sometimes people miss the Earl Thomas and Sherman draft and Chancellor, but they look directly to 2012. But man, it's looking like this team is primed for some greatness ahead because they have a leader within that core team that is going to lead them well, man. Carroll is 100% a Coach of the Year candidate. I don't know how he's never not won it in his career, but he is getting this team prepared week in and week out, and I'm excited to see how they finish out this season. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed just a little bit of my review of the game. Talked a little about maybe the overall season, how I'm feeling as a Seahawks fan. It's pretty fun football to watch, I would say so myself. But really, they got some good things coming. I'm really excited to see how they close out these next couple weeks. I think they face Tampa, or Arizona and Tampa, I think is the next shift of the schedule. I almost feel like it's Tampa first, then Arizona, but it should be fun to see how they play those teams because they're not just easy teams to beat, right? Like, still facing Tom Brady. You're still facing Arizona Kyler Murray, who can run, and he's got some great receivers out there. It's going to be some fun matchups to watch. All I know is this. If Seattle Seahawks lost every single game for the rest of the season, I'd say this season was a success because, man, they were by no means positioned in the eyes of national media, maybe a lot of fans. And I think even myself, I was a little bit like, I'm hesitant to say that they're going to win more than 4 games. But man, I was wrong, and I'm so glad that I was wrong, because this is fun football to watch. It's like, man, we got the Seattle Mariners doing well. The Kraken are kind of coming along. I don't really watch hockey, but it's just fun football to see. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week. It's obviously exciting to see the Seahawks win it here. Thank you for watching. Take care.